given cortisone shots.
Surgical advances in arthritis treatment allow doctors to totally replace both knees with plastic and metal.
That used to require perhaps 7 to 10 days in the hospital, sometimes a cast, usually a large supportive dressing for 3 to 4 weeks minimum, and an additional 2 to 3 months of rehabilitation to regain motion and strength.
Helen Benedict, a 72-year-old great-grandmother, will soon replace her walker with a cane. She says there is no pain now, and she feels like a million. 70-year-old Ludwig Hoffman is a wine salesman. His job requires a great deal of walking. 5 years ago, his doctor began drawing fluids from his arthritic knees. When there was no improvement, surgery became necessary to relieve his pain. Because his condition was not as bad as many, a procedure called arthroscopic surgery was used. Tiny incisions were made in the knee. The arthroscope, which is about the size of a pencil and provides light, was inserted into one. A small cutting tool used to shave away knee joint lining and damaged cartilage from Hoffman's knee was inserted in another.
Those baseball players who have that knee surgery performed, 6 months later, they swing the bat. So why couldn't I go out and walk around afterwards?
It is possible that Ludwig Hoffman will have to have surgery on his right knee, depending on whether or not the condition should get any worse. He says that if it is necessary, then he's ready at any time. At Michael Reese Hospital, Bob Petty, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Doctors say that 85 to
This is the famous Olympia oyster. You know, they had disappeared from Seattle waters for a great number of years, and they're just coming back. Exquisite little morsel. Go beautifully with Blanc de Blanc champagne. And this champagne was brought to us by Jack Davies of the Schramsberg Vineyards in Napa Valley, who's brought us 3 other beautiful bubblies to go with our champagne dinner. Our main course is sweetbreads and mushrooms in a Madeira sauce. And we have a magnificent dessert prepared for us by Brad Ogden of the American restaurant in Kansas City, Missouri. Just a beautiful creation. And our first course is Dungeness crab, fresh crab from Puget Sound. We were up there the other day fishing for crab. It was quite an adventure, as you will see.
Okay, let her go.
Bye.
In the cold waters off Dungeness Spit in northern Washington, hearty men like Ken Tibbert fish for Dungeness crab, that tasty crustacean that's gained in popularity, partly because of the declining harvest of Alaskan king crab. Although rock crab and stone crab seem to be plentiful out here, catching the Dungeness is a chancy business. They're fished in cages called pots, which are baited with a fragrant ragout of the stomachs of gooey duck clams and fresh fish parts.
Any crab, I would think.
Theoretically, the crab smells the bait, crawls in the pot, gets trapped, and whammo! Crab for dinner. That's the theory, anyway. So it was with great anticipation we approached the first pot.
Oh, look at all those crabs in there. That's marvelous. And these are too small, I guess.
Yeah, see, there's a female
Oh,
loaded
look
with eggs.
at,
That's
wow.
her.
And you can't take females either.
Females hardly ever get to be legal size anyway.
Yeah.
We pressed on to the next pot.
Now. Oh, this.
Now, we brought up another pot, nothing in it now at all.
Not much.
Crab has got it. That's a rock crab, that red one's in there.
So we don't like them. No.
Okay.
Alrighty, we'll try one more.
See what we can find out.
Then to the next.
It looks soft, though.
How can you tell just looking?
How white they are.
Oh, I see.
See how soft that is?
And you can't take those?
You can't take those. There's no good with it.
And the next.
Nothing.
I don't want to look at this one.
Nothing. Not even kind of smells bad, doesn't it?
Phew. At this point, I was ready to settle for fish sticks. Time was running out and my toes were cold. We pulled in another pot, and voila! This is going to be the mother lobe.
Mother lobe, yeah.
The mother lobe.
There we go.
Oh boy, look at all those.
Better.
Gosh, we really got them this time. Think they're going to be big enough? Oh, you got to measure it.
That's pretty obvious. That was plenty big enough.
That's
He's
big
about
enough.
3/4 inch.
Oh boy, and he's not soft. In all, we got 3
Okay,
crabs.
let's let her go.
Enough for my recipe. Thank heaven we didn't need more.
That's the whole catch for the day out of 6 pots. That's not even a crab to a pot today.
Well,
Usually we get 1 crab.
Well, that'll do good for me, Ken.
Good.
Thanks a lot. I think you'll be surprised at how much meat there is in these 3 Dungeness crabs. They're very perishable, so when you get them, cook them and eat them right away. And I think that them that's going to eat them ought to pick them, because then you're sure that you do a careful job. Now there's the top part of the crab looking very pretty. Turning it underneath, it's kind of mossy there on the shell. And these legs have a great deal of meat in them, and I'm going to take off the main claw there. You want to twist that off right close to the body. And my object here is to get some of the meat that I can use as a decoration. And I have my best chance in this big flat joint here, so I'm going to pull off the claw part. And then with a piece of wood of some kind, like a rolling pin, very carefully, not too hard, break the shell, because you don't want to get any shell in the meat, and then just pull that off, and take off the shell, and there's your meat there.